Good day, everyone. I'm Harlan Snyder. Welcome to the Good Values Show. For any new viewers, each week we explore a different one of humanity's best values. We define it, talk about why it's important, look at where it shows up in our lives. We find out what important questions will help us fine-tune it, and we discover how we can develop more of it. Along the way, we investigate, adopt, and incorporate important values that we want to emulate in our self-success journeys. Now, values are simply energetic frequencies that we tune into to help us feel happy and fulfilled. They're super critical to both individual and societal balance. And what I found is that about 80% of an individual's daily choices are influenced by 10 big values they feel most attracted to. We call those top 10 values our core values. Your core values are usually working subconsciously in the background. So it takes some time and self-discovery work to identify and then prioritize them. Did you know that each person has a unique values identity map? On this show, I get to help you connect with the energy emitting from your core values so that you can recognize your unique value set and chart your personal map. A quick word on values. A really cool benefit with values is that they're adoptable, meaning at any certain time, you can choose to incorporate or focus on a different or a new value. For instance, I had a client who recently received some concerning news from her doctor about a potential health risk. He encouraged her to create some new habits around eating and exercise. Previous to that visit, healthy living was not a big priority for her. It wasn't a value that she resonated with. But once the doctor sounded a warning, she knew it was time to tune into a healthy living frequency. So I got to work with her to develop some new rituals around her cooking, her eating, and her physical routines in order to add intention and depth to her newly adopted value. As she practiced, she became deeply connected to her healthy living value, which brought her joy and satisfaction and definitely improved her health. And because she's intentionally made it one of her core values now, it's easier for her to make great choices that support that value. Let's get started. Today, I want to explore self-confidence. Now, everyone admires a self-confident person. Self-confident people are at ease with themselves, they're easy to trust, and they inspire others. These are all attractive qualities, but not everyone finds it easy to be confident in themselves, especially if they're self-critical or they've dealt with others who are judgmental and have put them down. What exactly is self-confidence? Well, I like to define self-confidence as understanding that you trust your own judgments and abilities, and that you value yourself and feel worthy, regardless of any imperfections or fear of what others might believe about you. Why is self-confidence important? Well, self-confidence brings about more happiness. And if you feel comfortable and in control of your abilities, you're usually more fulfilled due to that success. Self-confident people are also more positive because they value themselves and they trust their own judgment. And with that added boost of confidence, it's easier for confident people to admit when they make mistakes. And then they choose to learn from those mistakes so as not to repeat the unhealthy cycles. Where does self-confidence show up in your life? In Psychology Today, PhD Barbara Markaway noted that self-confidence is linked to almost every element involved in a happy life. She goes on to highlight 5 rewards that come with self-confidence: less fear and anxiety, greater motivation, more resilience, improved relationships, and a stronger sense of your authentic self. Adopting the value of self-confidence is absolutely critical to achieving self-success. Here's 5 questions you can ask yourself to increase your confidence. What are the things you're good at? What makes you feel alive, happy, and fulfilled? How can you help others with your unique set of skills, talents, and qualities? How can you transform painful experiences or events in your past into positive lessons? And how can you help yourself improve the things that make you feel out of ease? Now, how can you develop more self-confidence? First, don't get trapped in the externals. Stay away from comparing yourself to others. We all have different strengths, talents, and qualities. And instead of focusing on what others have that you don't, always play to your own strengths. Research has found that the more you compare yourself to others, the more negative values you'll act from, which makes you feel worse about yourself. So don't do that. Make self-care a priority is the next one. It's easy to feel down on yourself if you're neglecting sleep, not eating a healthy diet, and not staying physically active. You have to take time to keep your mind, body, soul in balance. When you're feeling your best, you naturally feel more confident about yourself. Next, you can create a ritual of positive affirmations. This practice will help you create a positive mindset and bolster your self-empowerment. Foster a belief that a positive mindset supported by affirmations will help you achieve success in anything. You can practice with me every Monday on my social feed called My Monday Mantra. Next, set goals that honor and support your values. If you want to feel a big confidence boost, start getting intentional about the choices you make. Recognize when your feelings are trying to control your outcomes, and instead try to identify the value asking to be met in that situation. Then figure out a solution that honors that value. When you're honoring values, you're creating joy and fulfillment, and that's an amazing way to build confidence. And then practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the conduit that connects you to your inner sanctum. When you're present and in the moment, you open yourself to the simple things that fill you with joy. And when you're feeling happy, you're learning to trust your own judgment and abilities. And that's what self-confidence is all about. Finally, do you know someone who values self-confidence and manifests it in their life? If so, the next time you're feeling a bit self-critical, simply ask yourself how you believe that person would respond if they were in your situation. Now, avoid comparing or judging yourself against the strengths you admire in this person. Simply acknowledge their success in this area and connect with the frequency that they may be tuned into to help them develop their own self-success. Well, that's it for this week. Please leave any questions or thoughts in the comment sections. I'd love to hear how today's values have inspired you or challenged you. And stay tuned. Next week, we'll be taking another deep dive into some of humankind's best values.